It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. Today with Melonie Mac.
Makes your skin soft and...
And in this world of insanity, we are graciously supported by fans of common sense. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollers.locals.com. What's going on, everybody? I am Stuttering Craig. Happy Friday to you. You made it through another week. Here we are, surviving and thriving, baby. Ready to rock into the weekend. Man, it's going to be a great one today. We got so much to talk about. And, of course, I'm joined by the one, the only Guamanian princess, Blabs.
Hello! I did so much digging today, guys. I went down a rabbit hole for you.
The research queen.
The
there
research.
She is. That's right.
Journalism.
You did more journalism today than most video game journalists do.
Probably. You're
Great
welcome.
job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Way to go. Love it. Love it. Also joined today by the one, the only, Lara Croft loving, red-haired Dr. Pepper Queen, Melonie Mac. Hello.
Yay! Hi, everyone.
Welcome on in today, Mel. Are you doing all right?
I am doing great. I completed Tomb Raider 1 and the expansion on the remasters or the other day. And then yesterday I hopped into Tomb Raider 2 remastered, and oh my goodness, the nostalgia. I am having so much fun. It has been a great time.
That's great. You are definitely the biggest champion of these remakes, for sure.
I try.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to have a great day. We got a lot going on. We're going to be talking about this Vice ship that is pretty much in the ocean, slowly making its way down. This is the Titanic that just has the very tail end of the boat above water right now. People are dying. It's insane. It's crazy. We're going to be talking about that today. We got a ton of video game stuff to talk about. We're going to be jumping on the grave, just dancing all over the grave of Suicide Squad. It's going to be great. Listen, you guys thought it was bad. It's worse than you thought. It's legitimately worse than you thought. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Justice.
It is Friday. It is Friday also, which means we have Clown World today, which is going to be great. We got lots to share there. And like I said, lots of video game quick hits. But before we get there, good God, your support has been great. The memberships are flowing in today. Let's stink and go. As right off the bat, Johnny the Butcher came in with the $5. Johnny, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that with the 5 gifted memberships. Cerny Strife came in with 10 gifted memberships going on the wall. Cerny Strife, thank you very much. Mel and I talked before the show. She chose orange today, which is great. That puts us at 15, but not to be outdone. Captain YOLO came in with 5 more gifted memberships. They're flowing like the wine of, what is it, Capistrama? What's that line from Dumb and Dumber? Do you remember that?
Oh, I can't remember. I love Dumb and Dumber, though.
Did you know YOLO's a county in California?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
It
would be in California.
Just say
I
YOLO.
jumped out of YOLO.
YOLO. How about YOLO? Get your ass out of California.
You've been skydiving, Blabs?
Yeah, when I was 20. And the funny thing was, I didn't tell my parents I was going, but in case I died, I was like, "Hi, Mom, love you, have a great day, send." And then after I landed and I was eating at a restaurant and everything, I was like, "Hey, by the way, I went skydiving today." I sent a photo of a certificate, that I went skydiving. My mom's like, "You did what?" And she didn't talk to me for a week.
I could not picture you skydiving.
I want to be all badass. I want to jump out of the plane and be like, "Geronimo!" Because you basically sit, because I went tandem, right? So you basically sit and you have your legs underneath the plane. You just kind of, fall right out. No, I was screaming like a little girl the entire time.
Now, when I was in my 20s, I would have loved to go skydiving. It was like on my bucket list. But then by the time I hit 30, one of my friends is like, "Hey, let's go skydiving." And I'm like, "Well, how much does it cost?" She's like, "Oh, it's going to be like $500. I'm like, Do I really want to
No
spend
way,
$500
no
to jump
way.
out of a plane? No, I'm good.
Nah.
In a totally unrelated story, last night in a dream, I actually had a dream that I died with my wife in a plane crash. So that's nice.
Well, at least you were with your wife.
Was
Thanks,
that one
Vlad.
of those goings?
Yeah, it was you should have seen the pilot. It was
Yeah,
not
who
a
was
good
the pilot?
Oh, that's why. That is why it was the pilot. It was
Yeah, it was
they,
rough.
them, or woman.
it was mess, man. It was a messy situation. But I woke up like at 4:30 in the morning. It was one of those where you go like,
Oh no!
you're like, wait, I am alive, thank God. So here we are. Yes, but look, we got a great start to the show. Once again, Johnny came in, Cerny off Stripe, Captain YOLO, and not to be outdone, Kongzilla came in with 5 gifted memberships. We're already at 20.
Yay!
I haven't even got through our intro yet, which is great. Kongzilla, thank you very much. Appreciate your 5 gifted membership. If anybody got gifted membership, make sure you guys say a thank you for that membership, as our goal is always 25. Came up short the last couple days here on YouTube, but we blew by it over on Kick yesterday with 30, which is great.
Ooh.
We were just 5 short of our goal here on YouTube. But yes, we are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Join us over there. Hit the follow button, join the free speech lovers. Also, we have an X account where you can find out who's going to be on the show on a day-to-day basis. Also, watch clips. You could have known Melonie was going to be on the show. You could have known just by following us over there at Sidescroller Pod. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do. No violence today. Just laugh.
Aww.
Ridiculous. The pussification of America. It's ridiculous. Also, we have a Spotify account. If you want to listen to the show, you don't have to look at our stupid faces. You can listen to us anytime you want. After the show, Blabs takes care of it. But the place that I really want you to go today, is sidescrollers.locals.com. Every day for the foreseeable future, our goal is to have 10 new members over there. Why is it important for them to be members? Let me tell you. It's free, first and foremost. If you want to support over there, that's the best place to support, because we receive like 95% of the revenue over there, as opposed to like 70% over here on YouTube and on Rumble. But we're posting things over there that we can't post on YouTube. Like yesterday, we posted a video of Blabs doing reactions to like 90s cartoon theme songs. And she watched like DuckTales and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and Darkwing Duck, and we got her to rank those. It was really, really good. So go watch that video. It's like I said, it's free. You can sign up over there. It's sidescrollers.locals.com. We're going to be doing more stuff over there. So we just need 10 of you guys. Today's the day. Pop it over there. Open a new tab. Join over there. And you'll get notifications first and foremost about this show, because sometimes people haven't been getting notified here on YouTube because we're bad boys and bad girls over here on YouTube. So you will always get that notification over on Locals as well. So head on over there and watch that. We'd really appreciate that. But if you are going to watch over on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and join us. Join the 67,200 lovers of common sense in the video game entertainment space as we approach 69,000. I don't know why that number's cool. It just is. Also, 500 likes. We're going to do it today. I can feel it. We've been on a great streak with that. And of course, our goal is 25 memberships, as we are currently sitting at 20 with a great start to the day. Spectacular stuff. So thank you guys very much. As Kongzilla, once again, with the last 5. Not to be outdone, Raider came in with a $100 super chat before the show got started today, saying, as much as it would be quite entertaining to hear Blabs do this request, we know who should run with it. Request, I'm guessing it's Bodies by in ASL. Well, we only have one ASL queen today, and that's Melonie Mack.
That's right. I'm so stoked.
So we're gonna get to that in just a second. And also, not to be outdone, Johnny the Butcher with a $100 direct donation says, "I'm a man of few words. Bye." Thank you, Johnny. Hopefully it's not your final goodbye. That'd be very sad.
Jesus.
Yes, please no.
That'd be very
we
bad,
love you.
Johnny.
Stay with us.
But do me a favor, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Look at him right there. Look at that, Cerny off Stripe. Look at it right there. And while while Melonie gets ready to go over there, we continue to read off these blabs.
Relentless, a member for 2 months. LFG, last Friday of February. Oh, well, that's fucking God. Duh. Last Friday of February, and it's well above freezing in Canada. The common sense revolution is pushing back in Mel. It's sparkling. Ooh, Melonie, you're a vampire.
Thank you, Relentless. How nice.
Lord J for $9.99. Happy Friday. Why for come ain't nobody taco but new Borderlands movie trailer?
Oh, it looks terrible. Worst casting ever in that movie. Just so much to unpack with that.
I'm going to reserve judgment on that. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to take it at face value and be like, all right, because I don't know enough about Borderlands. I played the first one, played a little bit of it. I don't know enough. I don't have a connection to the characters enough to really be like, it looks horrible or it looks great. I'm just going to say it looks like an action film based off a video game IP, which I know Randy Pitchford said like he wants us to kick off a Borderlands cinematic universe, which I think is the dumbest thing you could possibly say. I think what he's trying to say is, I think what he's trying to say is, I really like the idea of making a shit ton of money every year.
It just looks really colorful.
Which is
that's what Borderlands style,
okay,
but
I don't know anything about this.
It's the casting from the nursing home for me, and it's also the fact that they want to create this universe around Borderlands. There's not much longevity going on there when your prominent characters are old people. So
geriatric land.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's pointed out by Dev. Why is the siren a 22-year-old redhead bombshell played by a 50-year-old washed-up actress?
Yeah. And hey, really? I freaking love her. I love Cate Blanchett. So no disrespect to her. I think she's beautiful. I think she's amazing, but she is definitely wrongly casted for this role, for sure.
I guess we'll see. We'll see how people like it once it's releasing. Probably this summer? Probably is it going to be a summer blockbuster? Yeah. BC says, did y'all see that Harry Potter, Tomb Raider, Metroid crossover coming out? What? Looks great. That was a dream I had. Been drinking the side-scroller Kool-Aid. I was like, wait, BC.
I was like, what game are you talking about? Like, did it have things inspired by all those? I was curious.
Tell you what, I should probably read these super chats before they come in because I was like, really? That's insane. What? I was like, wow.
Gotcha.
No joke.
You've been bamboozled.
Sailor Dream says, shout out to my homeboy Jesus.
Yay.
Chaos says, R.I.P.P. Vice, dirty bums. Dirty
Love
bums.
it.
Captain YOLO came in with the 10 from Canada. Says, TGIF, any chance you guys can have the guy from the Terminal Montage channel? His video game cartoons are hilarious and wholesome too. Yeah, he was a big long time ago. I think he'd be great to talk to for sure. Terminal Montage, Blabs, write him down. Maybe we can bring him on the show sometime. Will came in with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Will. Greatly appreciate that. It says, I never played the original Tomb Raider games because I didn't have a PlayStation 1. I'm not sure whether I should go with the original or updated graphics. Melonie, is there anything I should consider beyond what I think looks best? Will, great question.
I personally think you should, since you haven't played them and all that, just start with the updated graphics. Now, you can toggle on the fly with the start button. So there may be times you want to toggle it because some of the keys are more difficult to see on the ground. So if you scoped a room out, you might want to, okay, let me toggle the old graphics for a second to make sure. I don't know if they're going to patch that or fix it because I don't mind keys and things like that being a little difficult to see, but it's like almost invisible sometimes in the updated graphics. But as far as in general, I do think you're going to enjoy it more with the updated graphics because it just looks beautiful. But yes, as said in chat by Astraic, use the tank controls. They are better than the modern controls, I'm telling you.
Wow. That's interesting. I heard a lot of people be critical of the tank controls. Like, why tank controls? I want modern controls. I don't understand this.
I know they say that all the time, but it's because they haven't taken the time to get good with them. Because here's the thing: it's a grid based. The game is built on a grid. It is the traversal and all that is completely built around tank controls. So without tank controls, you're missing out on some fundamentals of the gameplay. And when you're good with them, you will be better at the game with tank controls once you've mastered them versus using modern controls just because they may be easier in the moment.
So really, it just comes down to get good.
Yes.
Yes. Speaking of getting good, CR Vox came in with the 10 gifted memberships. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it right there. That's outstanding. Hey, let's set our goals in. Let's freaking go with that. Outstanding. Thank you guys very much.
I got good news for you. We got a tip on locals.
What? We got a locals tip?
Yeah.
Let's go.
No Noodles for $1 says sucks that Vice is on the verge of folding. Really love the Dark Side of the Ring series. Shout out Noodles for our locals tip.
So that we're going to get into Vice a little bit. Well, in a lot of it here in a little bit. But yes, I will say this. That is probably the best thing that they've done in a long time. But you'll see why they failed here in a little bit when we get into it. Toxic Waltz came in and says, I listened to the show via an old rotary phone. Doing the thing. Have you ever used a rotary phone, Blabs?
No.
No, poor girl.
Why would I need to?
I don't know.
I wasn't alive then.
Good point, but they were really fun.
I'm sure, but like when I was a kid, it was just beep, boop, 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 90s baby.
You actually press the number and it would just dial. It's insane.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Andrew came in and says, Borderlands is the how do you do, fellow gamers in movies. They think we're 5, right? Yeah, that's crazy. Thank you so much, Andrew. And M2M came in with a 10. Says, Kevin Hart is a bad choice for Roland. He works best as a wimpy joke, especially in parody movies like Scary Movie. By the way, can you show Blabs reacting to the image of white-faced Kevin Hart from Epic Movie? I don't, but let's see if we can find white-faced Kevin Hart. Hold on, let's see what we got. Yeah, because, why not? Let's see. I don't think I've seen this from Scary Movie. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Here we go.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
No, well, let's hope you never do again. Here we go, Blabs. Whoop.
Is that an albino? What is that?
That's Kevin Hart. White-faced Kevin Hart.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
That's an albino if I ever saw one.
It's Kevin Hart.
Wow.
So there you go. Love it. See, and we can laugh about those things and not be offended about it. But, whatever. It's okay. That's total cultural appropriation. Thank you, M2M. And Andrew came in with 20 gifted memberships. Good God. That is ridiculous. Wow. Thank you so much with the 20 bomb. 20. I was having this conversation with my daughter yesterday. She's like, did you know at Starbucks they have a drink called Venti? Or no, a Trenti. And I was like, she goes, yeah, it's a 30-ounce drink. I was like, well, what is how many ounces is a Venti? She's like 20. And I said, well, how many ounces is a Trente? She goes, 30.
I'm sorry, how are you saying that?
I don't know. I'm speaking American, Blabs. All right. How do you say it, Blabs?
Well, it's not. There's no I. It's 30.
30.
Oh, fancy.
Talk to your crazy woke overlords at Starbucks. All right? I'm speaking to American over here. All right.
I mean, it's really weird because it's like venti can also be like wind. So,
Mom and we went to the bookstore last weekend, and then there was like a Starbucks in it, and so we got coffees, and we both ordered like, I just want a medium. Like, I don't know all the words they use. I just want a medium-sized coffee, please.
Yep. I don't understand any of that. I have never bought a Starbucks coffee. Never.
I think I tried their tea, and it was like absolutely scalding hot that you couldn't drink it. And I was like, well, by the time I actually need to like get going, I'll be able to drink this. And this is stupid. So I think I tossed it because they burned my tongue.
Did you sue? Did you sue?
No, because I'm a smart person. Like, I saw it was really hot, but I just took a little sip and I was like, Jesus Christ, how are you supposed to drink this? It's like boiling hot.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, thank you very much again for the 20 gifted memberships. If you all have been gifted a membership today with the 50 today that we have had today, make sure you say thank you. Consider paying it forward. Guys, genuinely appreciate it. Peter came in and says, famous last words, we want to create a shared cinematic universe.
Oh, that's the truth.
Bob says, how many Post-it notes have you bought, Craig? Well, I usually get a big old pack of them. I get a big old pack. They're way too expensive, by the way. It's like $15 for this. It's stupid.
That's what all of the donations and all of the memberships that
fund his
pays for the
expenses.
Post-it notes.
Yeah, I'm just reinvesting right now. That's what we're doing. So. The Worthy One says, "Hey Mel, do you think a Uncharted Tomb Raider crossover game could work? If not, what crossover you have in mind?"
No, I don't think it would work. I would hate it because Lara Croft works better alone. I'm all about that classic Lara Croft instead of the newer one who works in teams and stuff. And classic Lara Croft, first of all, would outskill Nathan Drake in every way. Nathan Drake is a lot more of a grounded character. Now, if they wanted to do a crossover with Reboot Lara, it could work. But I don't give a crap. Everything after the classics is dead to me, so I would say no. Anything that, in terms of crossover, I mean, the Witchblade Tomb Raider crossover with the Top Cow comics, that was kind of cool, though. I'll give them that. But no, I don't like any crossovers with Lara Croft. She works alone.
Nice. Spartacus says, "Whiteface Kevin Hart. Was he not voting for Biden that time? I have no experience with Borderlands, but I cringed during every moment of that trailer." Thanks, Spartacus. Appreciate that. Epsilon came in and says, "As a 34-year-old gamer who started with the NES, I never got into 3D action games with tank controls. First 3D action game I got into was Mario 64. Thanks, Epsilon. Appreciate that. Push-Ups came in with a 10, says, "Tomorrow Melonie is reading my favorite passage of the Bible, Psalm 23. The passage Bush quoted to conform
You're right.
You got this.
The passage Bush quoted to comfort the nation after 9/11 attacks. I ask everyone within the sound of my voice to come and listen. Thank you.
So nice of him to comfort the nation after the inside job he did.
Can we? We need a picture, like an emote of me just being, just struggling,
Just trying to read. Yeah,
just struggling.
You're so dumb.
Is that what you say to a kid who has trouble reading?
Are you a kid?
We should have a today, Junior,
Okay.
from Billy Madison. Daniel came in and says, regarding Borderlands, Lilith is 32 in Borderlands 3, not 54. How long is she going to play that character? And Tiny Tina isn't supposed to be cute. She's supposed to be crazy.
That was my criticism with Tiny Tina as well. Also, and some people got offended because I said the girl was too thick to play Tiny Tina. I wasn't calling her fat. She was a healthy weight. But Tiny Tina, this was like a crazy psychotic kid that went through some trauma with her parents, and she is like bone thin, like emaciated thin, and it added to her psychotic crazy character. So they just have gotten everything wrong with this so far.
Daniel says the Borderlands trailer was terrible, but somehow still makes me want to see the movie. It's like a train wreck about to happen. I can't look away from. It'll probably perform pretty well. I do think it'll do well. Roland New says Idris Elba would be a much better Roland.
I agree. I think he's great. He's a great actor.
Market Reality says, I'm with Melonie. Whenever I go to Starbucks, I just ask them, what is medium in your language? Usually because the line at Dunkin's too long.
You know what's funny is like when I lived in California, I remember asking, oh, can I get a medium? It's like, it's called a venti or whatever it is. But here in Texas, when I'm like, can I get a medium? They're just like, sure. And they didn't. I'm like, oh, they're nice here. And they had Bibles and like Christian books out on the displays at Barnes and Noble. I'm like, oh, I love Texas. God bless Texas.
Got to be honest. I'm not, I'll tell you this. I'm not in favor of Texit. I think Texas as its own country makes a lot of sense. I'm just saying, it doesn't sound that bad, like that bad of an option.
It doesn't make any sense.
Are you kidding me? It makes all of the sense, Blabs. It makes all
How
of
are you
the
gonna survive?
It's the 10th highest economy by itself in the entire world. Blabs.
We'll be
the
good. We'll be
entire
good to go
world.
here. Plus, we have all kinds of farmers. Like, we're good to go here. We have guns. We have farmers. We have Jesus. Let's go, Texas.
We have
Yay.
coastline. We have oils. We have the like. Are you kidding me? Like, how would the rest of the country survive without Texas? That's the
Yes!
question. That's what you need to be asking.
I agree.
Oh my God. Mr. V came in and says, so Kevin Hart is the black driver who gets to drive around all the white women all movie. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, how far we've come. Driving Miss Daisy over there and all sorts of bad things. James came in and says, hey, Blabs, don't know if Razor ever mentioned it, but his editor, Taryn Gell, would like to take you out sometimes. He's a well-spoken kind of fella who likes bridges. Okay. He'll be on Razor Fist Arcade tonight if you want to watch.
When was this? Did he just be like, hey, I want to take her out?
Oh.
The things I miss when I'm asleep.
Well, there you go, Blabs. We're playing matchmaker today.
I'm good, though. I don't know. I'm not going to matchmake myself with people I don't know. Sorry.
We gonna get you hitched, Blabs. We gonna get you married. Jiggly Saint says, careful sharing your dreams with the internet, Craig. Last time I shared one of my dreams, it got canceled. Some people have no chill. Sorry, Jiggly Saint.
Oh.
Sorry to hear about that, buddy. You can only be canceled if you want to be canceled.
Chat's like, define take her out.
Andrew says, Mel, do a Bible reading live stream of Psalms 119 with Craig reading it for the
Oh, that
lulz.
would be a nightmare, Craig, trying to read that. It's the longest chapter in the Bible. I just read that on my own personal reading time, and it was like right before I went to bed. I was like, okay, let me read something real quick. Then I was like, oh, I'm on Psalm 119. I'm gonna be here for a while.
Oh man, I don't know how that would work out for me. I just today. Peter came in with the 20 Canadian dollars. Says the funny story of my dad's first time at Starbucks is when he was at the airport late at night. He looked at the menu and asked the barista if they serve coffee. A pilot standing in line behind him burst out laughing. That's awesome. Love that. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. The worthy one came in and says, you lived in California, Mel? I'm so sorry.
Sadly, yes. That's the thing is I used to do all kinds of like video game hosting stuff before I got blacklisted from the industry for speaking out against certain mandates. And so for a lot of that time, I did have to actually live in California to do regular hosting work, but I hated it there. I never felt at home in California. So I'm glad I moved to Texas.
Based. Johnny says they're trying to copy Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, Borderlands. Yeah, I think they're definitely saw that.
Too. That it was very like Guardians of the Galaxy-esque with the music, the colors. I don't like that.
Daniel says, we also have so much oil, we could have free money payouts and low taxes like some parts of the Middle East. Text it, please. Daniel, appreciate that.
No, I was more for State of Jefferson. I'm just saying. Max
says, Craig and Mel starting a Texas secession? I'm in. As an oppressed Canadian, you have my axe. Love side scroll hers. Thanks, Max.
Love it. All of y'all just come to Texas. We'll have our own community.
Jared came in over on Rumble, says, if there is ever another episode of Blabs Reacts, it would be to either Super Troopers or any of the Austin Powers movies, specifically the third movie. Thank you. Yes, and we'll definitely do more Blabs reactions for sure. Thanks, Jared. That's over at sidescrollers.locals.com. Shane came in, says, Kevin's mom got stuck by lightning while pregnant with him. That's why he was perfect for the role. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate that. Also, General Duality says, this is why Side Scrollers is great. Melonie being based in Craig's reading comprehension. Hey, appreciate that. That's really sweet of you. Blake says, I think Fear the Tardo and Blabs the Tower Tart should get hitched. Kyle came in and says, West Coast for life. I know us Californians headed for second place, sadly, but I'll probably be in the Arizona desert with Razor when that happens.
There you go.
And Rim Dog says, speaking of Texas, think we could try to get an interview with Brandon Herrera before the Texas election. Yeah, he is a prominent gun influencer. I was introduced to him when I worked in the gun space. He's built quite an empire for himself, Brandon Herrera. But yeah, I would love to interview him for sure. The Randman says, Gospel of Shrek, somebody once told me. It's funny.
I got a Shrek t-shirt yesterday at Walmart.
How amazing!
I know, it was $5.
Oh,
what a humble brag right there.
Yeah, I got it on $5. It's like almost 50%, 60% cotton. That's a win. It was for men, but I don't care.
Incredible.
Great humble brag there. I got a Shrek T-shirt at Walmart yesterday for $5. Just let everybody know.
What a deal!
Fancy.
Hey, if you'd like to buy Blabs a T-shirt, you can come in like Sparta Chris with the 5. Says,
There you go.
can you wait till I leave Illinois and move to Texas before you secede? Please, it's a nightmare here. Hey, Sparta Chris, get out. Just drive 12 hours south. That's it. 12 hours south.
There you go.
And Push-Ups came in and says, having cosplayed as Abe Lincoln, I got to remind you that Southern exits usually don't end well. Yes, I did cosplay as Abe Lincoln one time for a skit, which was great. And one time at Bandcamp says, "What's everyone's favorite shmup?" Good old that's a
What's
shoot 'em
that?
up, lads. Shoot 'em up.
Oh, I didn't
Shoot 'em
even
up
know
video
what that
game.
was.
Yes.
Like
Gradius, or like a game where you're in a plane and you're going around and shooting things. I would say Gradius 3 is probably my favorite, but it has to be the updated version that doesn't have slowdown on the Super Nintendo. So, or UN Squadron on the Super Nintendo. So, do you guys like those type of games, or do you?
You're in a plane just flying around shooting people below.
Oh, so like those space games, like Space Invaders and all that stuff.
Yeah, these were popular games back in the late 80s, early 90s. Like I said, the best games like a Gradius game. Let's see.
Can I say Nier Automata, since they did have those segments where you did do that?
Well, here's sure, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
okay, I'm gonna go with that then.
Why not?
I got nothing.
Here's an example. And these are called bullet hell games right here, where there's like all sorts of crazy shit going around on the screen.
Yes.
Right?
Does it count if I say Lego Star Wars? Because I'm sure there was a level like that where you're shooting things as a ship down below.
No, Lego Star Wars does not count as a shoot 'em up. But yeah, this is kind of like what a shoot 'em up is. You're always just shooting up. You're shooting all the shit. So, all right, you got a song to sing, Mel, before we get into all this stuff. You guys have been so generous today, and we appreciate that so much. But we have a song to sing. Raider has requested Bodies by Drowning Pool in ASL. So, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Raider, here's Melonie Mack singing Bodies from Drowning Pool in ASL.
Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Hey, nothing wrong with me. Oh, I'm a sorry.
It's like almost trying to be German, but not.
Thank you, Raider. Appreciate that. I feel like we need to keep up the super chat whenever we do those, just for reference, so people can't take them out of context, Well, thank you so much, Raider. Appreciate that. And thank you guys for having a sense of humor and being able to laugh at that. That's great. All right. Blake came in with the 2, says, you and Squadron fans got to represent. You know it. And CG Hero says, I still want to trust Square Enix. They're just hiding the ESG site due to the backlash on social media. Also, the Final Fantasy VII remake director says he prefers the remakes for modern audiences over the original. CG Hero, we're going to get to that story in just a little bit. With that said, ladies, thank you very much for hopping in. It's time to get into it. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. Hard news. Now, ladies, listen. We usually start off talking about some video game stuff, but I have breaking news today in the world, and I think this actually may work for you, Melonie. It may fit into your diet.
All right.
Breaking news in the world of fast food chicken, as KFC is offering a brand new item on their menu, simply called Cheesa.
Huh.
Chicken pizza hybrid.
That looks amazing. I wonder if they do it in a grilled style too. I would go straight to KFC if they did that.
I gotta be honest. Look, Labs, wait, hold on. What the hell is this face for? What is this? Why
do like American restaurants and things all think you need to just pile everything on top of each other and be like, ta-da. Why?
Stop!
It's
Stop!
yummy.
God,
What?
this is so Texan of you, Craig, right there.
No.
Just stop it.
No. Oh, whoa! Okay, hold on, Miss Guamanian Italian queen. Have you ever had chicken parmesan before?
Yeah,
True.
But
Is
it's
that
not the same at all because
It's the exact same.
What's
it's
the
deep fried chicken.
It's fried chicken. It has pasta sauce and it has cheese on it. The only difference is it has pepperonis.
But that's
It's
not
made
even
of-
what, like, it's not even like what that really should be. Like, this whole chicken parmesan thing is actually like an American Italian thing. Kind of like.
It's
so.
that's the best.
I'm saying, why can't you just have fried chicken and a pizza? Why does everything have to be mashed together and be like tartar and like this mighty, like.
Have you had fried chicken and waffles though?
No.
Divine. I mean, fried
Yes.
chicken is good with anything.
This look, KFC has had its ups and downs, right? They had the sandwich that had the 2 chicken patties.
The
in
double
the middle,
down, it was delicious.
It's just
I
so
loved
gross.
it.
Then you guys wonder why America has like these huge obesity problems. Then you're like, look at this, it's amazing. It's like
I mean, it's true. It does make people fat, but
you got all this. You
It
got
is
freaking
delicious.
chemicals and Cheerios now. You got like all this fried chicken pizza crap. Like, cut me a slack here. Eat a carrot.
Look, static. Look, okay. Poll in the chat.
there we go. Poll in the chat.
Is Cheesa. Greatest thing ever. Worst idea ever. There's no in between. It's either the best or the worst. I am on the good side. Now,
Best.
Roddy came in and says, gotta back up my Italian sister, Blabs here. No, just no. It's neither chicken parm nor pizza. Roddy, you're banned. Get out of here. Ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah, listen, we gotta pull this shit because I gotta be honest. This would cause me to potentially get in the car and go to KFC for this.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know. Just we'll ultimately let the poll decide.
It's crap.
Don't try to tilt the poll. It's great.
I'm saying my opinion. I'm saying it loud and proud. I think it's shit, and I'm not eating it.
Well, right now,
You can eat it and, have fun with all the obesity and everything. Woohoo! I'm not gonna do it.
do I look fat to you, Blabs? Do I look fat to you? Don't answer that. All right. I'm working on it. All right. I'm taking accountability for myself. All right? I'm working. All I'm saying is, look, fried chicken, pizza sauce, cheese, pepperoni.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious.
I'd
Right
rather
now,
go eat, like somebody just said in the chat, poutine. I'd rather go eat that.
poutine.
Poutine
Is that French fries with gravy on it and,
and
some
cheese curds. It's actually really yummy.
crumbled cheese?
Cheese curds.
Can I just say this? Poutine may be the most overrated thing I've ever had in my life.
You just haven't had good ones then.
I've
I
never
have.
had it. I think it looks
Where have you
gross.
gone, Craig? In Texas, where they have it? I don't think so. Go to Canada.
I had it in downtown Toronto from
Holy
a place
cow.
called the Poutine Factory. This
Oh,
is literally
That's
what they
not
do.
the best. Go to like Quebec. Go to like Old Port Montreal.
But
over there.
don't go in Canada where I just told you to go. Don't go to downtown Toronto.
Toronto's like overrun by everything. It's not even Canadian anymore. Go to like Old Port where they're all like, vive la Quebec.
Okay. Well, don't go here. You didn't go here. When I go there and they say, when I say it's still overrated, they're gonna go, what are you talking about? You need to go here.
If
to
you
this
didn't over
place
there,
where-"
overrated over there, I think that you're just stupid.
I
just
would
saying.
rather have French fries with good old Southern style white gravy and some crumbles of chicken fried steak in it. That would be better.
You guys need to expand the mind on the foods of the world. I'm just saying, instead of just piling everything on top of each other and calling it a day.
That's what poutine is.
No, it's not. It's Canadian.
What are you talking about?
What?
Blabs,
Yes.
what is poutine?
It's a French Canadian thing.
It's
And
French
it's-
fries
Yeah.
with gravy
And cheese
and
curds.
cheese on it.
Yeah.
Yes, and then sometimes they may put additional toppings. I don't know,
Yes.
bacon, right?
Eh,
Right?
I've never heard that
Whatever.
one before.
Maybe some sort of pork or something. They'll put something on
I've
top of
heard
it.
like was it pulled pork? Yeah.
Blabs.
Mhm.
If
You're
you-
wrong. I'm right. Just embrace it. It's fine.
If you're eating brown gravy, you're wrong. Or
True.
it's Thanksgiving.
Yes.
That
What
is
are
an
the two?
opinion you can have, and I'll just go there for you.
I can't even. Anyways, with that said, it is notable that we need to learn more about the Cheeza. And when this launches, maybe a potential Cheeza review by me, by Blabs, and possibly even Mel. We'll
That'd
see.
be amazing. I would have a cheat meal for a review for that. I could
I'm
make
definitely
it
not eating
happen.
that. I have.
Don't get all high and mighty, Miss Poutine.
I'm not getting high and mighty. I'm just straight up telling you. I'd probably throw up if I had that.
Oh, you would throw it, then you want to pick it up and eat it again because it's so delicious. It's ridiculous.
That's disgusting.
Oh my god, that's the greatest. It's ridiculous.
Cool.
Saddlebag says March 16th is the 1-year anniversary since you guys had M. Bison on. Greg needs to wear an M. Bison hat to celebrate. Don't mess with the Texas hat. At least don't mess with Texas hat. Saddlebag, thank you very much. I will actually on the 16th. That's the you're assuming that's the DSP interview. That's going to be on a Saturday, so we will not be live then. I don't think we're going to do anything special for that day, but I will say this: the week leading up to that, and we're announcing this first for right now. The week leading up to that, the 11th through 15th, will effectively be known as Blabs Week here on Side Scroller. Says I'm going to be out of town with my family, and Blabs will be serving as primary host. And we're all super excited about it, aren't we, Blabs?
No.
You're gonna do great.
It's
Get
fine.
it on your calendars, everybody. The 10th, that is the 11th through 15th March, coming up in just 2 short weeks. It is Blabs Week, the 11th to 15th here on Side Scrollers. All right, let's go.
Static Blue's like Blab's the captain now.
That's right. Blabs will be the captain, 100%. Fetch Quest Gaming says, please move to Texas because Florida is full.
I hear that people are actually leaving Florida because they can't afford it.
Oh.
Everything has gone up, like insurance,
Yep.
housing,
Wow.
and then some people are living in like storage units because they can't afford housing.
Yep. Canada Dave says this is basically just chicken parm with pepperoni. Right. You're right, Canada
Yep.
Dave. You know what's going on. And Canada Dave knows his name has Canada in
True.
his name. Just saying.
You lower my IQ sometimes, Craig.
Alex says looks way healthier than the KFC sandwich. Right. No bread outside of the breading on it. And as Melonie said, if they do a grilled version of it, win-win for everybody.
They probably will, because with the double down, you could get the crispy version or the grilled version. So I would be willing to bet they'll do a grilled version.
Mike has bad knees. Came in and says kick Blabs. I will not kick her because Blabs the Tower Tard came in with the 5 and said,
I don't think we should I read that?
Oh, I didn't even read it. What happened? I didn't read it. Was there something?
I didn't
Okay.
catch all of it.
Maybe you read that and you're like, huh? Because I didn't read it. I did not read it. Was it bad?
Just the first bit. I was like, what?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that
understand.
meant.
Is there something there that I'm supposed to understand?
Well, you
don't-
like
I'm
pickles in
afraid.
sports. That's the most important. You like pickles in sports, which is
I
good.
think I'll do it. I like pickles and sports. Yay! There you go.
The worthy one says Melonie sounded like Sir Daniel from the medieval games. Thank you. Worthy one. Initial C says, I grew up in SoCal, and the older I got, the less welcome I feel. My favorite shmup is 19XX, War Against Destiny. Thank you so much, Initial C. Appreciate that. That's a common.
I thought Craig said my favorite schmuck for a second.
My favorite schmuck. Winterfell came in with the $9.99. Says, I grew up in the golden time where KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut were all under one roof. I want my country back.
They had the buffet. I remember getting like pizza at the buffet, and then they had these chicken livers, these fried chicken livers. I had pie on my plate with that because I loved chicken liver.
You like chicken livers?
I love it.
Oh,
It's
I
so
can't-
delicious.
Can't get around the idea of just eating this. Just it says liver.
I
liver.
don't like beef liver though. It's very gamey, but chicken liver is so good.
I don't know. I can't do it. Like just saying you're eating liver. Ugh.
Anyway, Noodles came in with more tips on locals so I can avoid this liver talk. Noodles for $1 says, that's it, I'm migrating to the country of Texas. And then he comes back in and says, I agree with Spartacus. Illinois is terrible. Looking to move to Arizona in the next couple of years. Shout out.
All right. NCZ says, Frito chili pie beats all of it. Frito chili pie is legit.
Ooh, that sounds good. Fritos has like a chili flavor chip, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I loved those.
Man, we could just do an entire show about food. We may not even get to anything today.
I
Screw
know.
Vice. Screw Vice.
I mean, they've already done that themselves.
Blippity Blue says, I finally started playing Dead Island 2, and I got to be honest, I now want to live in Bel Air. Call me a Cali wannabe douche. All right, you Cali wannabe douche. Captain YOLO says, poutine is overrated. If I said that publicly here in Montreal, I'd be put to death.
Yeah, they're going to arrest you on the mountains. In the mountains, I should say.
That's false. That's misinformation. You can't say that in Canada.
We're not the United Kingdom. We can say whatever we want.
Oh.
Dave says, KFC lost me years ago. I'm not going back, even for an awesome idea like that. There's a reason Popeye is kicking their tail.
I do like Popeyes a lot. Their red beans and rice is so good.
No, Popeyes is awesome. That, man, you get chicken strips with the mashed potatoes and the gravy on it. That's top tier.
Very
right there.
good.
You dip it in and you put the mashed potatoes on the chicken. So
good.
And
then you crumble the biscuit in the red beans and rice.
See?
So good.
Now we're talking. Kay came in and says, you haven't had poutine until you go to La Banque in Montreal. Just saying. Kay, that's very precise. I don't know what, like, if that's the only place to have poutine, then we're up a creek without a paddle here.
You do have to try poutine in Montreal. I'm just saying.
I got to get to Montreal first, but I have no interest in going to Canada. Hal says, Canadian food, other countries' food, but browner. There you go, Hal. So Crates came in and says, KFC and Popeyes are just competing for second place. Nothing beats the holy blessed chicken, Chick-fil-A. There you go.
Chick-fil-A I do like Chick-fil-A a lot.
They are king for sure. Max came in and says, Melonie is so base, she eats a double down. Marry me, Melonie. Also, Blabs is right to go to Montreal for poutine. It's like eating lobster in Omaha. That's funny. Thanks, Max. Appreciate that. King Mamba says, more like Chisna. Okay. Thank you so much, King Mamba. Dave says, March 11th through 15th, Blabs Week. She will have the power. That's right. She will.
Oh.
Chris says, favorite shmup, either Darius Twin or Einhander. Thank you so much, Chris.
Nice.
And Robonex says, the famous bowl, the double down, and now the Cheesa KFC are geniuses of gluttony.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong. Jared says, Blabs, I think you're going to do great as a host. That's right. I agree. I was trying to convince her of that. And I said, you know what did I tell you yesterday? Embrace the suck. If you're going to suck, just embrace it. It's okay. You will learn from it. Use it as a learning opportunity.
I wish you could phrase things better.
It's straight to the point. It's great. Shaker came in with a 169, says, Blabs, it all goes to the same place. Piling food on top of each other is super efficient. See, Shaker knows.
That's not the point. Eating food can be considered art. I'm just saying.
Kratos came in with the $20 direct donation. Thank you very much, buddy. He says, Blabs needs to come to Texas so we can take her to Buc-ee's and throw barbecue in her general direction until she integrates into our culture. Popeyes and Brazilian steakhouses are high on the list too. Oh, man. Yeah.
Love it.
Kratos.
Speaking of Buc-ee's.
You're my guy. You're my guy, Kratos. And Emperor Nero came in and says, if the South wants a Christian theocracy, then let them have it. In the South only, USA doesn't need Christian Shira law, which is the most evangelical priest want. Respect the sick. Okay, thank you very much, Emperor Nero. Appreciate that. And War Machine came in with 5 gifted members. Man, you guys are on fire today. Great. Thank you so much, War Machine. That's spectacular. And holy crap, Link Fan just came in with a $50 direct donation. Says, Mel wants chicken. Mel wants liver. Mel mix, please deliver. Yeah, that's funny. Mel wants chicken. Mel wants liver. Mel mix, please deliver. Love the show, especially when Mel and Blabs are together. You never know who will say a gamer word. Link fan, thank you very much. All right, let's get to some awesome gamer news. Speaking of gamer words, hey, do me a favor, Link fan. But first, look at that. And Blabs, go and read this one off real quick.
Nothing can beat Domino's Oreo pizza. What?
I have not had that, but it sounds amazing.
Wait, you put like Oreo's cookie on pizza with like tomato
it's
sauce?
probably like an Oreo cookie with like a creamy base like on top of it and like crumbled Oreos on top, something like that. I would imagine.
If it's just dough with Oreo on it, that's fine because then it's just kind of like a dessert.
Sounds amazing.
Dessert pizza for sure. All right, let's get to some serious hardcore video game news right here. All right, so Elden Ring is a game that a lot of people said I need to play. I like the Souls games. I got pretty good at the Souls games. Did you play Elden Ring?
I did. I haven't beat it yet. That's why I've got to, after I'm done with these remasters and in my own personal gaming time, I'm going to actually beat it so that I can play this DLC.
Yes.
Because it looks amazing.
Mm-hmm. They announced this a couple days ago, and it's popped off, man. 28 people are excited for this. And so they announced it. It really was received exceptionally well. We're just going to show some screens of it because, at the end of the day, I don't want to get flagged for copyright and stuff. But as somebody who hasn't played this game, can you just I played the Souls game and everybody says this is like, it's a Souls game, but it's like free roaming.
Yeah, like open world stuff. But imagine an open world experience that doesn't have indicators or mini maps or every little thing that tells you what to do. When you stumble on an event or something that happens unique in that situation, like you actually discover it yourself without any of these things telling you what to do. And it is just, it feels like an adventure. I do think also not to undermine the fact that it is difficult. It is, but I do think that people who aren't or who are too overwhelmed with the regular Dark Souls game, this is going to be a more accessible experience without babying it down. But just due to the fact that you can spend plenty of time exploring the world and killing a bunch of things and leveling up your stats a lot before you decide to, okay, let me go ahead and go after the main area and the main boss and stuff. So for that reason, I think a lot of people who are too overwhelmed by regular Dark Souls games would really like it. But even if you're an experienced Dark Souls player, this is an amazing, amazing game.
So I actually think this would be a really good time to start playing Elden Ring for the first time because so many people have played through it. It has this reputation, and I think going through and playing it for the first time it'd be fun for people to watch me play through it for the first time. Will also be infuriating because people are like, "What are you doing, you idiot?" What's interesting about this DLC is the cost associated with this. This may be the most expensive DLC we've seen. It's going to be $40 for the DLC, which that to me says they're treating this almost like it's a full game.
Wow, that is expensive for a DLC, but I imagine they'll have a lot of content in it for that price point.
You want Blabs, can you pull up some sales figures for Elden Ring just to see what the total market is for this? Because usually what you see with DLC is they'll release the game and then people like me will go in and buy the original game when the DLC comes out. They use it as marketing and you'll see a boost in the original sales of the game. They'll sell another 1 million copies or whatever in addition to the DLC that's already been sold or the DLC that's being sold. So
as of yesterday, actually, Elden Ring sales have grown to hit 23 million.
That is
I didn't even
insane.
realize this was published by Bandai Namco. I just put two together today. Wow, I'm stupid. But yeah, generated. Wow, look at that. So Hogwarts Legacy over 1 billion sales. We know that. So this is pretty good. This is in 2022. This game, right? Yeah. Yeah,
it's a couple years old now. A couple years old. Man, so 23 million copies of it, and you got to imagine people. I don't know what's the number. 10%, 15% of them are going to buy the DLC, maybe 20%. I don't, that's an interesting stat. I don't think I've ever seen what percentage of players actually buy the DLC, but that's coming soon. And people are pretty excited about it, to say the least, man.
I'll get it. And I can see why. I know again, the $40 price point sounds like a lot, but this is the thing about Elden Ring in general. It's a whole lot of game just for like the base game compared to other games that you're beating in like 20 hours or less, and then you're basically done with it. I mean, I have put in so many hours into Elden Ring, and I still have so much more game left to play. So I imagine that's going to be a similar thing with the DLC as well.
For sure. Let's do another quick hit here. So a few years ago, this is like a real world story tied into video games and how they cross the business together. But NCAA football was a massive game for EA. It was a massive property. And then the likeness rights became a thing in college sports, where it's called the NIL, name, image, and likeness rights, where for the first time players could make money off their likeness because people were. This actually stems from I think it was late 2000s when a former UCLA basketball player named Ed O'Bannon sued the NCAA because they were releasing legacy. He was on a really good team at UCLA, and in the modern games at the time, they had these like legacy teams, and Ed O'Bannon was in it, but he wasn't seeing any money from it, right? So, anyways, he sued it. Maybe it's Charles O'Bannon, his brother. There's two O'Bannon brothers, but the long and short of it was it created ultimately after the slope got super slippery and the ball started rolling down the hill. It led to this thing called name, image, and likeness rights. So when that happened, all of a sudden, EA's like, holy shit, we got to pay these people, and they got to figure out how we're going to make this thing work if NCAA football is going to continue. Well, fast forward, and for the first time in several years, they are releasing a new college football game, but it's not NCAA football because they don't have the rights to NCAA football anymore. They're just calling it ESPN College Football, but they have worked with all 134 like primary, they're called FBS schools, and they're all going to be featured in it. So every single player, I don't know what the agreement is. That's kind of intriguing, but every single player who plays for these schools will be receiving a check for their name, image, and likeness to be in this. I'm assuming that's the case. So, just an interesting little tidbit. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I could see how making these games would be extremely expensive, though, if you've got to pay every person for their likeness. But, I mean, they also usually move a lot of units. But, yeah, I'm curious how much they are paying the players and what their profits are after all that.
Oh, they would kill the NCAA. The last video game, I mean, it's $1 billion franchise. These were
wow, okay.
So the last time they had one was 10 years ago, and it was NCAA 15. So that's when they stopped. So it's been a decade, and it was a very, 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 very big one. Anyways, long story short, back in the day we'd call this a Grammar game, where it's like these are the type of games that don't resonate with your traditional gamer. But your average dude who watches college football likes to play, or these are the people who play Madden, or Call of Duty, games like that. So
got it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Yumi in Movie says NCAA 14 is still huge with the revamped mod. Yeah.
Ooh.
That's interesting. So, moving on, Blabs, you really wanted to talk about this. This is the new Star Wars game that's coming out.
Yeah, so we already know the Outlaws is coming out. However, there's actually another game supposedly coming out by Respawn right here. I'll share my tab. Right here, it says new bounty hunter game coming from Respawn. So this, again, because apparently Star Wars cannot, expand. They're going to be citing this bounty hunter game during the Empire. So I'm actually genuinely curious if people want this type of game. So chat, let me know if you guys are interested in a bounty hunter game, even though I think there was one canceled once upon a time. I think it was going to be like an open world bounty hunter game back in the day. And if people are even interested in the Outlaws game, because, you know, Star Wars is kind of dead.
I think
or will people actually be like, yeah, let me play this game?
I think it could be cool. I think that Jedi Fallen Order was fun, but the sequel to that, that's where I was checked out by that point, and how the whole, okay, for people who are scared of spiders, you can take that out now. And it just felt way too, and I watched people with their like gameplays and stuff, and they were legit playing on hard mode and just standing there, and I know stormtroopers aren't accurate, but they were missing every shot, and it just looked really babied down in the gameplay department. So I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, we don't know if this is true or not, but it might be. Respawn Entertainment, isn't that with like EA and everything? And Respawn Entertainment, they did Battlefront, they did like Survivor, so I don't know, they released a video game last year that they were like, it's not ready, here you go. So I don't know how many people are gonna be like, yeah, we'll totally buy this one, we trust you guys. So, yeah. I don't know, the idea could have been fun once upon a time, but I think a lot of people are just over it.
Yeah, because I mean, I love the bounty hunter idea, and it could be done really well, but knowing how Respawn has been, and they've been inserting a bunch of woke stuff in their material lately and all that I just don't think they're going to do it justice. And like, speaking of bounty hunting with Mandalorian, the first season, even the second season, I loved it. Obviously checked out and didn't watch season 3, but it's just like, there is so much potential to do something amazing with that, but unfortunately,
they switched it right away too with the bounty hunter, where they were supposed to make, oh, he's a ruthless bounty hunter, and then he's like, I'm taking care of a child.
It like, definitely,
okay. Like, I enjoyed it for sure, but it was supposed to have been something else, and then they just keep repeating the same plot. Like,
I loved how it felt like a sci-fi western, because I think that is just such a cool combo, and I think season 1 just did a fantastic job with the aesthetic and the cinematography and the overall feel for that reason. But yeah, it'll
be interesting to see what happens with these 2 Star Wars games, because remember, everybody, EA lost its exclusivity rights a couple years ago when we had like 3 Star Wars games. Good job, EA. Not even. So I feel like we're gonna get a lot more Star Wars games now, but it's a question of who are people actually gonna be buying it, and if these games are even gonna come out, because like Eclipse canceled, the remasters canceled. The only thing everyone is like uniting left and right for is the game coming out next month, the original Battlefronts, and everyone's like, grrr! And I'll be playing that day 1 too. So,
and didn't Aspire a part of that? See, and they did the Tomb Raider remasters. If Aspire is working on something, then it's like, okay, this could be this is probably going to be really good.
They're in your good graces.
They are.
All right. Guys, if you're just tuning in, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate it if you guys haven't yet. It genuinely helps the show grow. Post a comment down below as well, as we continue to grow a little bit more every single day. We're just short of our 500 thumbs up goal. Let's get to 600 today. Can we do that?
Oh, let's do it, guys.
Let's get saucy.
All right.
Speaking of goals, our goal is 25 members. We're at 56 today, so thank you very much.
Woohoo.
And Blaz, by the way, you did misspell Chiza in the poll. I just want to point that out.
How is it supposed to be?
It's Chizza.
Yes.
Like a chicken pizza. The blending of the 2 words. By the way,
what's winning?
68% say it's the greatest thing ever.
Beast!
Or just uncultured.
Oh, wow. Ridiculous. Also, if you guys tune in, do us a favor, head over to sidescrollers.locals.com and watch the video it's exclusive to Locals, of Blabs reacting to 90s cartoon themes. Our goal is 10 new members over there every single day. It's free to sign up. Just hop on over there, you get notified whenever the stream goes live, a lot faster than over on YouTube, so you never miss out. And you can watch the show over there and stuff. So it's great. All right, let's move on real quick. Another quick hit here is this was passed around yesterday. people were like, "Oh, Square Enix is rejecting ESG, all the nonsense associated with that, all the racist stuff." So Square Enix Japan website has erased completely their section of ESG. The only remaining file on the internet is its old PDF. This could be a decision from the new CEO and the pressure on the public. Please double check if you have any doubts. So people are like, "All right, yay! Square Enix, they're totally based. They're getting rid of all this nonsense." And people are saying, is this the end, or are they just kind of repackaging it? Well, unfortunately, this does not appear to be the case. As if you go to their website and you continue to scroll down, it is, they have all this great stuff. It is kind of hidden as the last thing, as their diversity, equity, and inclusion spot on the Square Enix website says is there. So as nice as that would have been to see a little bit of pushback from one of these corporations, that is not the case.
That's a bummer. And I just hearing about them basically regret how the original Final Fantasy VII was. Oh, there are things in it that we don't like and that we don't stand by anymore because Tifa called Cloud a retard or something at some point. And it's just like, oh, come on, man. Square Enix I used to absolutely adore them as a company. They were one of my favorites, but now it's just like, no, not as much anymore.
Quick follow-up. We went through Life with Brian over on Rumble, came in with a 10, talking about the NCAA football game. Says, Mel, each athlete gets $600 in a copy of the game.
Oh,
cool.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice.
That is cool.
Good stuff. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Before we get to this next story about Suicide Squad, stick around a little bit longer, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. That if you guys are like, I got to bounce. No, give us like 5 more minutes. Just hang out with us a little bit longer. We got some good stuff coming. Blabs the Tower Tard came in with this one. Let's see if you can read this one, Blabs.
Me wanted to see if I could catch you slipping. Plus, I was testing YouTube since it would let me type P-O-O-P. I like pickles. Yay. I am fast. So. But also, I have a couple of locals tips to read. So,
Let's go.
At M16 Mojo sent a $5 tip saying Canada is way too French for me. Lol. Noodles came back and says, Popeye's seasoned fries are amazing. And then also said, favorite shmup Gunbird 2.
Thanks, Noodles. Appreciate that. Man, that's awesome, guys. Really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
C-Man Anderson says, back in my university in Lebanon, our cafeteria had melted cheese with chocolate wrap, and it was heavenly.
Ooh.
I guess it depends on the cheese.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
You do fondue.
I love
cheese,
me some chocolate. I love the sweet and savory thing, but I don't know how that would be. It would depend on the cheese. Yeah.
I think we're gonna leave that one over in Lebanon. Just gonna, yeah. It's part of your culture.
If it's cream cheese,
gravy, that's all I want.
Would work great with cream cheese.
Suffer So Proud says, I'm late again. My fault this time. I just got off work. Working night sucks. Hey, appreciate you making the effort, buddy. Genuinely appreciate it. And, good on you for grinding. Malik came in and says, $40 is fair given what FromSoft puts in their DLC. Also, it's not stripped content, unlike most games now.
True.
Thanks, Malik.
I agree with that.
And Roland New says, Outlaws looks all right. Respawn makes good games, though. They didn't do Battlefront. That was DICE.
Yes, you're right.
FPS,
correct.
it could be great.
But Outlaws isn't Respawn. Just so you know. Outlaws is Ubisoft.
All right, let's move on to this next story here. This is interesting. So one of the more fascinating stories over the last couple months has been the absolute destruction of the Suicide Kill the Justice League game, where it received so much bad publicity and so people watch it and they're like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be a major game that was released, and it came out and it fell flat on its face. And a new patch was released, and apparently it's broken the game so bad that players are like, nope, I'm done. They're just totally done with it. So they released this new patch. It didn't help anything along the way. And they've come out and Warner Brothers Discovery has come out and says straight up that it has fallen short of our expectations. And you're saying to yourself, oh, you think.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
expects game business to have a tough year-on-year comparison. Yes, for sure. Well, this is the chief financial officer, Gunnar Weidenfels, admitted Rocksteady's game hadn't done the business the company had hoped since going on sale February 2nd, priced at $70, saying it has fallen short of our expectations, and it's going to be a tough year, despite, Hogwarts Legacy and all that stuff. This year, Suicide Squad, one of our key video game releases in 2024, has fallen short of our expectations since it's released earlier in the year, setting up for a tough year-over-year comp in year one. So how bad is it, you might ask? How bad is Suicide Squad? Well, if I was to say, this is always fun. I like playing these games with you ladies and seeing your thoughts on this. Of all the games that are played on Steam right now, every single game on Steam, the tens of thousands of games that are played, this is a major release. Do you think that Suicide Squad is in the top 10 of games played right now currently on Steam? Okay.
No.
Blabs, do you think that it's in the top 25 games played on Steam? Melonie, do you think it's in the top 100 games on Steam?
Maybe top 100.
Blabs, give me a number. Where do you think this game ranks as far as top games on Steam right now?
Probably with Lenny luck, maybe top 150. Around like 150, I'd say.
150 or so. Chat, what do you guys think? Mel, do you have a guess? Blab says top 150.
I was going to say it's possible for it to be like top 90 or something.
Well, what if I was to tell you it is in the top 840? As it's currently sitting at number 839 in the top games, behind such juggernauts as V-Roid Studio, Doomsday Last Survivors, and Deadside.
Ouch! They named it wrong. It was really Justice League Killed the Suicide Squad. Wow.
That is currently with a massive 569 total players right now.
Hey, it dropped off from when we looked at it before. It was 634.
That's funny.
It has gone down. It has gone down. So it is not looking up for this game right now, which is just a damn shame for Suicide Squad. What are you gonna do at this point?
Sweet Baby Inc. kills something else.
They did it again, kids. They did it again.
Over on Twitch, there's a current viewership of 366 viewers. And on Kick, a grand total of 3 viewers watching this game right now. So,
wow.
Perspective of shit.
There you go. Congratulations there, Suicide Squad. You did it again. We
got a clip for it.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Hey, Nature came in and says Outlaws will be another Ubisoft generic and forgettable open world game anyways. They haven't been innovative since Jade Raymond left the company. Thanks, Crit. All right, let's move on to our lead. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do a quick Warner Brothers Discovery quick hit real fast. So this is a giant mega corporation, this Warner Brothers Discovery. It literally owns everything. It probably should be broken up. Warner Brothers and Discovery merged, and it has been an absolute train wreck over there. I know this from people who work there, who are executives at this company. They told me what a mess it is. Because what happens is these companies, they're like, we should merge, and then they merge, and then they go, oh shit, like how do we work together? And that's what's happened with Warner Brothers Discovery. But apparently, they're looking to potentially be sold now. Warner Brothers Discovery, this mega corporation, is looking to be sold, as their CEO, David Zaslav, has been going crazy trying to sign a bunch of people and spending a lot of money to kind of puff out the chest of the company so they can then be sold to the highest bidder. And you may be saying to yourself, hey, why is this important? Why does this matter? well, this actually has a direct tie to me. It says I've said many times I'm trying to buy back ScrewAttack, and ScrewAttack is a grain of sand in the vast beach of Warner Brothers Discovery. It's not even like a thing, right? So me going like, I want to buy back ScrewAttack. They're like, who are you and what is ScrewAttack? We don't even know that we own ScrewAttack, right? They don't even understand. So it's not even close to anything on their list. So if this happens, and one of the reasons why they don't really care about selling is they're so disorganized that even them knowing that it exists is like the first step. Like they have no idea. So if they were to get acquired, that would just delay the process even further. So for those of you who are like, you should buy back ScrewAttack, I'd be like, I want to buy back ScrewAttack, but it's probably never going to happen. Never going to happen. So anyways, just giving you a heads up on all that with them trying to be acquired again. And that's just insane. Another quick hit. Earlier this week, Mel, I don't know if you were on for the show, but we did a story about Reddit selling its AI information.
Yeah, I was there.
Then that was on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, we did the story about Reddit selling its community content to an AI company. And a lot more information has come out about this as OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, their founder, Sam Altman, is the third largest shareholder in Reddit, which when they sold, if you recall, they made this deal for $60 million, and the AI company was a mystery. So we're getting a little more clarity that it's probably OpenAI and ChatGPT is the company that they sold to. So just a little
it's
clarity.
all adding up now.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yes, it's all coming together. All right. And now let's finally get to our lead story today. We're finally here. As Blabs did all of the research on this. As news came out that Vice, one of the original alternatives to mainstream media, is pretty much dead, as Vice will cease publishing on Vice.com and lay off several hundred staffers, their CEO says, after it's just not profitable. It's simply not profitable for Vice to exist anymore. And the internet, right? Well, the internet has definitely rejoiced for this. What's interesting here is Blabs did a ton of research on this, and she talked about Blabs, how about this? How about you give us a rundown of Vice really quick?
Right, so Vice is like basically a media corporation, news, magazine, and the way that they self-described themselves was 5 key businesses within Vice. So Vice Magazine, Vice Studios, Vice TV, Vice News Division, and Virtue, which was just like a whole other thing in itself. And so it was first founded in 1994 in Montreal, Canada, and up until 2001, they had headquarters in Canada, and then they moved to, I believe it was Brooklyn, New York. And at one point in time, they were worth $5.7 billion in 2017 when they were like invested with a private equity company. So they were, $0.7 billion.
$7 years ago. 7 years ago, not $5.7 million.
Billion.
That's
extra zeros.
That's
literally extra zero.
5,700 millions. 5.7 billion.
That's why I was like, they were worth something once upon a time.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, and so by 2020, shit was starting to hit the fan, and they were getting layoffs. And so actually they filed bankruptcy in 2023, and then yesterday they actually were like, so more layoffs and no more magazine like on the website either. And I even have a timeline pulled up. Let me see if I can find it again. Unless Craig, you have it. Let's see, where is the timeline? There it is. Where like it breaks everything up until 2022. But we can go through this, and so you can see like 1994, and they like Vice actually did fairly decent for themselves. Like, they won Emmys, they won Pulitzer Prizes, and they were growing. I mean, they even had, like, Vice Australia. They were all over the world. And then, go away. And then, like, they're showing everything. But yeah, they blew up.
You may be asking yourself, hey, why did Vice fail? What happened? Well, there's a great Twitter video going around of just some of the wonderful stories that Vice was known for. And we'll mute this, but here are some of the great stories that you'd have, like how I rediscovered sexual liberation through fisting. These are headlines, the stories on Vice. The meth-funded week-long orgies ravaging London's gay sex party scene. The far right are uniting around their right to, quote, free speech. Ugh. Like, these are
this is cringe.
how to eat out a non-trans woman.
What?
Yeah, so they did a lot of bullshit.
So these are the stories that, hey, here we are right here. Yes, you absolutely can be fat and fit. Breaking news. You can't be both fat and fit.
And they call us like sharers of misinformation.
Yes. What it's like to be an asexual sex worker. Why can't my famous gender non-conforming friends get laid? Well, there you go.
And asexuals make it make sense.
So, how to have sex with a fat girl. I mean, here we are.
This is like the Onion rebranded.
Right. Well, there we are.
There's even more. Hang on. I'm trying to find on like Vice's own thing, but like they're so full of shit that they went and compared themselves. They're like the best of Vice documentaries on Vice. So you have like random ass titles. There was one that was like slut ever. What the fuck?
Slut ever?
Can weed improve your sex life? Hate Thy Neighbor, which was all about racism, women, ballet, and bullets. Yeah, so they're woke. Let's just put it that way, straight up.
And don't forget about the wonderful entire subsection of their website, simply called the Gender Spectrum Collection.
Oh my gosh. People are sick of it now. They are so sick of all this charade and made up warped reality. It's not all this fake stuff that's not real. Like we're beyond sick of it. It's been clown world. And I'm not even surprised that this is happening. And it's only a matter of time before Kotaku gets shut down. I don't know how they're still running right now, but
I appreciate this person has the I'm gay tattoo on their thigh like it's a reminder. Like they look down, they're like, oh yeah, I am.
I don't understand the world.
Oh my gosh.
So rest in peace, Vice. Now, a lot of people will point to what will happen to they did have some good series called, there was one called Dark Side of the Ring, where they chronicled like wrestling stories, which people were really into, at least specifically in the wrestling community. Those are probably their best, most recent work. I would imagine those will go away, but I also imagine that the people who are producing those documentaries will probably start some sort of Kickstarter and or some sort of crowdfunding campaign and just do them by themselves and not have to worry about getting funding from Vice to do those. So, Dark Side of the, did I say Dark Side of the Phil? Because
Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Ring. But yes, I don't know. Rest in peace, Vice. You certainly won't be missed. And they are in advanced talks to sell the company to a company called Refinery 29, which is like the most late 2000s, early 2010 company name I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
So, good for them. Good for them. So there we are. That's where we're at with Vice. F off, you idiots.
Yeah. Goodbye.
They're not going to be missed. And honestly, with YouTube on the rise and everything else, no one's gonna remember them in like 5 years. Be like, oh yeah, what was that company's name once upon a time? Oh, whatever, move on. So yeah.
All right. Aaron came in and says, new name Suicide Squad kills Rocksteady Studios. There you go, Aaron. Roland News says, Critical Drinker just dropped the trailer for his movie. If y'all are interested, figured I'd let you know. It'd be wonderful. It's been a wonderful show today. Needed it. Hey, thanks, Roland New. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. I have that pulled up over here. We'll take a look at that here in just a second. And Winterfell says Vice went broke after going woke. No way!
Surprise!
Spartacus says get woke, go broke. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's not just a catchy phrase. Do we want to go to Clown World, or we want to check out the Critical Drinkers new trailer?
I want to see the trailer.
Let's check it out. This is called Rogue Elements. This is a trailer for a movie that they just released. It'll be interesting to kind of see what this is as a movie reviewer. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Here we go. This is Rogue Elements, brand new from the Critical Drinker.
Bravo, I found a target. I killed 5 guys inside that room.
Hold on, Alpha. Let me check the schematics and see if there's another entry point.
No time for that. Going loud.
Last year, one of your CIA Shepherd teams infiltrated a maximum security prison. Their target was an operative, identified by the codename Maras. All I want to know is the name of the man who led this mission.
I guess we're in for a long night. Because I don't know shit.
Einstein's team was tasked with retrieving this man, Ivan Fedorov, an agency asset investigating a new radical separatist group in Estonia. We have just under 2 hours to figure out how to get inside that warehouse, find Fedorov, and get the fuck out in one piece.
Look around you, Frost. Does this look like headquarters to you? This looks and sounds like a bullshit rush job.
You were foolish enough to send spies into my country. And as you can see, they have failed miserably. Ryan Drake.
Better hope this isn't a trap. Because if those assholes don't kill you, I will. The only people dying today are those fuckers. All of them.
Ooh!
A Ryan Drake story.
That looks so cool.
It looks better than what we see from Hollywood.
It sure does. How exciting.
Slosher said they did this for like $250K. Wow. That is insane.
Budgeting.
Wow, that is crazy to see. You wonder how it's gonna be released. Obviously, I'd say it looks better than an indie film for sure, like your traditional indie film, especially for $250K. That is crazy. So, yeah, as Ben says, this is a proper B movie, right? I think that's kind of what you're rooting for here.
And they're saying that Ryan Drake is Critical Drinker's character. So I guess that's like his author name or something. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. So it is his movie.
Okay, cool. That makes more sense. Well, I'll tell you this. What's interesting to me about this is Drinker right now is pretty much like the preeminent movie critic on YouTube right now. Mm-hmm. And we saw all the stuff this past week with Stuckman not wanting to review the Madam Web movie. He was like, I'm not going to review it because the studio system and all this stuff. The thing about Stuckman is that he's a movie reviewer, and I think because he's understood how hard it is to make a movie, he's now like, I don't want to talk about it. Whereas Critical Drinker is saying, I'm making this movie, and I have very high doubts that he's going to hold back on any movie reviews based off it. And
right.
I hope that he is also open to people being critical about this, because there will be people
for sure
who will hate this just because he made it.
Okay, and chat corrected me. Ryan Drake is the main character from his books.
Yes.
So his character from the books is getting his own movie now. How cool is that? I just love to see that. It is like, as much as we have problems and with the internet and things like Vice pushing the crap that they did before they shut down and all that, one great thing about the internet is that people can make their own cool stuff. And I just think this is awesome for Drinker, and I'm really excited for him with all this.
Well, I mean, let's say he spent I didn't see any sort of crowdfunding for this. Did he do any crowdfunding for this? I don't believe he did.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
So he put $250,000 of his own money into this to make this. Like that's some fucking balls, man. You know, like that's crazy. And you wonder what he's going to do to distribute this, if he's going to.
Oh, they said it was crowdfunded.
Okay. So that's interesting. Good.
Well, that's awesome.
Good for them. Good for Drinker. And like I said, there needs to be parallel economies, right?
Oh,
if
yeah.
If they do this for $250,000, think about what they can do with $1 million. Think about what they can do with $5 million. My God, that's just crazy to think about. So good for them. Good for them. Like, say it all the time. Go get it. Go get it, man. Crazy. What do you? I don't know. I'm curious what the chat thought of it. Some people are like, some people are like, yay. You know.
Yeah, it's about like 50-50-ish.
Cool. Pika Power says, "What's with all the anti-woke hate speech? Anti-woke hate speech on here?"
That'd be me. I love hate speech.
Pika Power, I think it's not about it's not hate speech. It's just speech first and foremost.
It's speech you hate.
Yes, there's a
I mean,
difference.
this is like The Office, where it's like, that's hate speech. You're like, no, that's not hate speech. Well, I hated it.
Right. And Aiden Perez says, "Goodbye, Vice. Get woke, go broke. Kotaku is next. I will never."
Can't wait. I will be celebrating when Kotaku shuts down.
Yes. All right, let's continue. We're at an hour and a half already. Man, are we gonna? Okay, yes. Let's get to this really fast. Let's get to all the Clown World stuff, if you don't mind. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's time for everyone's second favorite segment. Where's the Clown World intro? There it is.
Clown.
All right, here we are. It's everyone's favorite segment involving all the insanity happening in the world as we take a look at some of the stupidity associated with today's society. Here we are, as if you recall, we had the actor from Star Wars and Reading Rainbow, or that's not Star Wars, Star Trek and Reading Rainbow, LeVar Burton, just not too long ago, found out that his family actually fought for the Confederacy and was white not too long ago. Do you recall that story?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah? Well, he's not alone. He's not alone, as there's a show called The View that airs on a day-to-day basis. Melonie, are you familiar with this?
I know, like, Whoopi Goldberg says some really stupid stuff on there all the time and gets clipped constantly.
Yes. Well, Sunny Hostin apparently is a staunch proponent of reparations for back in the day. Yes. And she went on PBS to explore her ancestry, but it turns out she's a descendant of slave owners from Spain who owned Africans. And here is her reaction when she
should
out.
Pay reparations.
Absolutely. Here we are.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just hope
that, like, it's all this first word literally is where you can tell her going, like, she's saying, "Oh wow,"
like, fuck.
But she might as well be saying, "Fuck my life."
I know.
Here we are.
Wow.
Blast, can we get this and clip this out?
Wow.
Just wow.
I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was. My family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah.
That's
so
a laugh of pain.
uncomfortable.
She is in pain.
Just the nervous laughter, and the look in her face is like, everything I've said is a lie. Oh my god.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others.
As the irony doesn't escape me that she makes her living on a show with other producers and people who help prop her up as she's making her living off the backs of others. I'm just pointing that out. It's crazy, but
yeah.
So congratulations, Sunny Hostin. You are the hypocrite that we all thought you were. Next, let's go to a very popular thing nowadays, vegan protests. We know this thing. And Mel, what would it take for you to go vegan?
It's funny. I was vegan in the past, and then after that, I was like, no, never again. I felt so ill, and then went total opposite with carnivore, and never felt better. So no, I would not. You couldn't put a price on it, on how much better I feel. I would not go vegan for anything. Not sacrificing my health for that.
Well, this guy obviously feels very similar to you, as we have this young lady over here protesting cows and stuff, whatever they're doing. I don't know. He just shows up. We're having a big old nice burger. Let's go. We're eating it right in front of her face. Right there.
I'll get that KFC chicken pizza and eat it at a vegan protest.
Look at how upset she is. And then she's comforted by her other, white college age girls.
That's why they have no emotional regulation, because they aren't getting the proper nutrients in their brain. That was the big thing that made me stop doing vegan, is what I noticed: mental effects. Because I already was weak and had the physical effects, but when I felt like mentally, okay, so I feel mentally off right now, I need to eat meat, and I made eggs and bacon that very day, because I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. And if I feel like, okay, this is hurting me, all right, I was wrong, let me go ahead and fix this.
Most vegans don't even realize the actual way of agriculture and farm life and education. They're all like, oh, you're killing cows.
Well, no. Speaking of killing things, a new study came out, and this is terrifying, as 80% of Americans test positive for chemical found in Cheerios, Quaker Oats, that may cause infertility and delayed puberty.
I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised. That's the thing, is think of something like oats, right? Everybody's, oh, oats are so good for you. Oats are so healthy and all this stuff. There's so much chemicals in these things. And a lot of plant foods are filled with the way that they're processed, the way that they're harvested, the way that they have pesticides, this, that, and the other is one reason why a lot of people who do turn to carnivore notice so many health benefits, because it's like, this is not normal for these foods to have all this crap in it.
So they found a highly toxic agricultural chemical. It's federally allowed to be used in oats and other grains imported to the U.S. So the U.S. government's
I have information on this. If you go and compare pesticides in America and pesticides in Canada, there are different regulations.
Right.
You can't use certain things in Canada that you can in America. This is just like the food in Europe. So the government wants us all dead, and so we can live off of them forever. But this is ridiculous. The fact is, guys, don't eat bad shit. Cut it out.
There you go.
Buy local. I know it's super expensive, but maybe you'll live. And just think about how many children are eating Cheerios in the morning, not knowing this is happening.
Yep.
It's awful. And
just
like, where is this in the news? You don't see it really, except for like what, the New York Post or whatever it was.
No.
Like something really small. You're not seeing this on CNN or ABC or any of this crap because they're like, shh, it's fine.
This should lead every news outlet in America. Like 80% of Americans tested positive for a chemical that's found in Cheerios.
Yep.
Cheerios and Quaker Oats that may cause infertility and delayed puberty. This is a child focused on children, a product. Cheerios of all things. It's crazy. So this nonprofit says, just as troubling, we detected the chemical in 92% of oat-based foods purchased in May of 2023, including Quaker Oats and Cheerios. 92% of oat-based foods.
Wow. Well, and you know, one reason why cereal in general, and I went down a rabbit hole on this, why cereal was so pushed for, okay, this is a breakfast food. Like, they want fertility down. They want people's sex drives down. The Seventh-day Adventists, they are like the Kellogg's family, and they created the like they pushed these cereal-based diets so that young boys would lower their sex drive because of all of their beliefs surrounding that. So it was like, yeah, it was meant to prevent a word I'm not going to say here on YouTube. but yeah, what Robo Next just said in chat, that's what cereal was for. And so, yeah, now we're reading this where it's like, oh, this will lower your fertility. I mean, well, that's what the cereal was created and pushed to do anyway, was to drop sex drive in the population. So, yeah.
Well, it looks like these people have been eating a lot of Cheerios because I don't expect them to have many babies. Let's move on to the world of fashion here as our final story. This is the new trend. Remember, we want to be inclusive. Remember when we were growing up and models were like, they had washboard abs, dudes. We got these girls who were like skinny, and that was the thing. Like,
right.
And he was like, why don't you just eat some meat? They're all skinny, blah, 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 right? And people were like, well, that's just unattainable. I don't even understand. And we had the Victoria's Secret angels and the models who were like super sexy and hot. And those were like the girls that guys strived for. Well, the world of fashion has certainly changed. As let's go to our latest fashion show.
Oh my, oh dear.
Exclusivity that's happening at this latest fashion show. By the way, I'm pretty sure this is a dude at this point right here.
Yeah.
And then I love this. I mean,
it's like one of those modern wheelchairs from like, I don't know, like Dr. Evil.
This is beyond parody at this point, right? Like we're clearly.
Oh my goodness.
They're not even like strutting. They're like bum, 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 bum.
They're just jiggling down the runway.
At least try to like, you know.
This is the thing is anytime I see an ad online for some clothing, if I just see some out of shape, frumpy person wearing it, I have no desire to buy that outfit. But if I see a model who looks amazing and is like goals, I'm like, oh wow, that outfit looks amazing on her. I want to buy that outfit. So I don't even know who this is, how they expect this to move product. If a frumpy person is wearing it, then the outfit itself is going to look frumpy. So I just don't get it.
I mean, this is a legit question. I thought this was maybe for this is a fashion show for like overweight people, right? Which if that's the case, okay. But then like the girl on the wheelchair goes by and she's kind of skinny, you know, and then we got this them over here walking by.
But even if they want to market to fat people, there are still some models who are the plus size variety, and there are some fat models that still look attractive. But they aren't even trying.
What you don't see here is they're all marching towards French fries. That's the end goal. Oh man! No, you know what they're marching towards is that the Chiza over there.
That's it.
That's right. all roads lead back to the Cheesa. There we go.
Exactly.
See, that they should be telling you not to go eat that because that's what you'll look like if you eat it.
Shut up, Labs. It's ridiculous. I'm going to go order a Cheesa today, if possible. I need to let you know that Demonic Rebellion came in with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go.
Wow, just killing it on memberships today.
That's outstanding. 61 today, guys. Thank you very much for your support, Demonic Rebellion, with those 5 memberships. Coley says, for Melonie's hate speech fund, he means speech that she doesn't.
Speech people hate.
That's right. Dwight Power came in and says, how to have sex with a fat girl. Wasn't this problem solved back in the day when beer was invented? Oh, that's funny. Socrates came in. Socrates says, did you ever see the Kellogg CEO suggest eating cereal for dinner to poor families that can't afford meat? No, I thought I heard about that,
But that's the thing is, well, some people will, and I know meat prices are insane. I really do think that they're trying to price people out of eating healthy. But if you'd be surprised at how even with those insane prices, if you're just like myself, who I eat primarily meat and eggs, I save on my grocery budget versus what I used to because you're so satiated that you don't need to eat as much and you don't need to snack all the time, and then you're not going out to eat all the time and so on and so forth. So especially if you're buying like ground beef, chicken thighs, a bunch of eggs, then yeah, it definitely does help with the budget.
Anthony came in, says, I'm not woke. Just got out of bed. There you go, Anthony. And Blabs the Tower Tard came in, says,
What is the vest? Is that a code for something?
It's a DSP thing.
Oh, okay. There is no vest you ever receive, and you can't pay my WWE game bill, so I'll see you on the dark side of Phil.
Thank you, Blabs the Tower Tard. Appreciate that. The worthy one says, the march to diabetes. I know, I'll see myself out. Thank you so much, the worthy one. Appreciate that. And Emperor Nero did nothing wrong. Says Vice released that hit piece on anime and manga, which broke several Japanese laws to record it, and region blocked it from Japan. And comments so people couldn't debunk their bad faith arguments. Hannah Montgomery was a mutt who hated she was half Japanese. Okay, all right, thank you very much. And Mike has bad knee. Says the lack of historical context for people is amazing. Not knowing that Puerto Ricans whose native language Spanish wouldn't have roots from Spain is amazingly ignorant. Appreciate that. All right, guys, what a great afternoon. Wiley Dave hanging out watching us over on Kick. Love to see that. And you guys who popped over on Rumble, thank you guys very much. Love to see that. And especially you guys who tuned in over on Locals at sidescrollers.locals.com. I'm going to put a link to the Locals video for you guys to check out. This is Blab. If you haven't seen it yet, this is Blabs reacting to 90s cartoon themes. We're going to do more of these. I'm going to put them in the chat right now so you guys can go over and check it out. I want 10 of you guys to go over and become a member over there and join us. And if you want to become a supporter over there, we genuinely greatly appreciate that. We have 272 members over there, 16 active supporters. Let's even get that to 20. Let's go. That'd be great. And Shane came in with 5 gifted memberships as well. Man, that's awesome, Shane. Thank you very much. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thank. Also, speaking of gifting memberships, you can gift memberships over on Locals as well, which is spectacular. So, Crit Nature says, Melonie, what's your thoughts on pescatarian? That's
pescatarian. Fish. That's fish too, right? I think that pescatarian is if you're going to do some sort of version of vegetarian, that's definitely the healthiest one. As long as you are eating plenty, I would have fish with every meal. But yeah, I could see that being okay. But ultimately, I think red meat is the most. You're going to get the most nutrients out of your food eating red meat and ruminant meats, but still could be worse than pescatarian.
All right, guys, thank you very much for your support wherever you're tuning in today, whether it's Rumble, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Locals, whether it's Kick. We genuinely appreciate you guys popping in, being a part of our life, being a part of our week, letting us hang out with you guys a little bit longer and boosting us to 66 new members over on YouTube. If you guys are new, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. Currently at 628 likes. Let's get that to 650. Guys, thank you very much for constantly pushing and growing the show. Mercenary came back with the $1 donation. Says, use the Yuka app. It'll help warn about this crap in food. I hope the aliens come with med pods to fix this. Also, just had a quake here in SoCal. So another day that ends in why here. God help us. We can't do jack to fix this mess. You can, and that is leave. Leave. There you go. Do we have any memes, Blabs?
We had like 2 of them. Let me go and grab them real fast. Wrong account.
Oh, we hit 690 likes.
Let's go.
Yay!
Right.
That's what Bacon says in chat anyway. I'm believing Bacon.
Okay, first one off. Here lies Suicide Squad. Killed the Justice League. Good riddance.
I love how we're all dancing at the grave.
All right, this is today, Junior.
Psalm 23. The passage Bush quoted to conform
Today, Junior.
Psalm 23. Yep, let's get that.
And we have Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks.
Shaolin Monks, okay.
Okay, I just like seeing Lara Croft there.
And then we have this one right here. Go to like Old Port Montreal.
But
over there.
don't go in Canada where I just told you to go. Don't go to downtown Toronto.
Toronto's like overrun by everything. It's not even.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine. And you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Go to like. I think we're at. That's it. Yep.
That's so funny.
Mel over here just having to deal with us yelling at each other about poutine of all things. So. All right, guys. Thank you very much for your support today. This week, we had a phenomenal week. I'll be live for a little bit over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. We're going to do a quick hour of power. Maybe get started a little early over there because it's a beautiful day out here in North Texas, and I want to take advantage of it. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for your support. Have a great weekend. You can find me over on the Plays channel. Make sure you guys go find Melonie over on her channels, Melonie Mac Go Boom, Bible Time with Melonie Mac, and the Melonie Mac regular YouTube channel. Where is that where you're playing all the Tomb Raider games?
Yes, youtube.com/Melonie Mac.
All right, and go find Blabs over on Kick and here on YouTube, where she looks at all sorts of e-thoughts on a day-to-day basis.
Not on YouTube.
It's really weird. All right, with that said, guys, thank you very much for your support this week. Have a great weekend, and remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys later. Bye-bye.